It's always good to realize that our lives are not experiments. I don't think your life was meant to be some kind of weird experiment that God is doing with you to see whether you can make it on your own or whether you can accomplish all the goals that He holds in His mind for you without revealing it to you. I don't think we serve that kind of God. I think our Father is a good Father and He loves us and He really takes intimate care of us, and He's really interested in what's going on in our lives. Here in Ephesians 1 verse 11, in the Passion Translation, Paul writes, through our union with Christ, our union with Christ is that oneness with Him, that we are in Him and we live in Him. He is like the cloak that we are clothed with. The Bible in some other place says that we need to dress in Christ. We need to dress ourselves with Him. He is kind of the clothes that we wear. And if you think of clothes that you wear, you are in the clothes. The clothes are around you. They cover you. So when Paul speaks here of union, I really believe he talks about us being in Christ. And the other side is also true, which is a mystery. As much as we are in Christ, He is in us. So it's through this union, this oneness with Christ, we too have been claimed by God as His own inheritance. God has claimed you. He wants you. He wants you to belong to Him. He wants you to be protected by Him. He wants you to be someone that receives His provision. He wants to provide for you whatever you need according to Jesus Christ and what He has done for us. In those riches of Jesus Christ, God has already actually provided for us everything we need. On a spiritual level, on a psychological level, on a physical level, on a material level. It doesn't matter on what level. God has already provided for us because we are His inheritance. He has paid such an expensive price, our Father, to give up His Son, Jesus Christ, to die so that He can have you and me as His children. That is like the highest calling that we can fulfill in this life, is to walk in our identities as children of God and to enjoy all the privileges for which Christ has already paid on that cross. Privileges to be called a son and daughter of God, privileges to experience His peace, to have His peace as our own, to enjoy His joy, to live in His love and not to be dependent on our old Adamic or sinful nature to get things done that we need to do or feel we should do. Before we were even born, He gave us our destiny. You didn't receive your destiny. I didn't receive my destiny the day I was born. God has planned that destiny. Remember, God is eternal and God knows everything. So He already knew before time started the way you and I know it. He already knew then that He wanted you to be born in this day and age of man's history. And now here you are. Here I am. And we live in this time of history, of man's history. And He's already known our destiny from the beginning, whatever that point is in His existence, because He didn't really have a beginning. He was just always. Even then, He had you and me in mind. He designed us. He created us. He's the one that thought us up and in Himself constructed us and said, I wanted someone like you and I wanted someone like Niku. And one day they will be born. And I already knew about that long before they were born. Even in eternity's past, God knew about you and I. He even knew about you listening to this video. He knew about me speaking these words on this video. Even long before I had the idea to do it, or you had the idea to listen to this video. Everything has been planned. And your destiny were already in place even before you were born. Your destiny, the legacy you want to leave. And it's not a legacy that you need to think up, and a destiny that you need to construct as if you don't have God to help you to reveal His destiny for you. It's always better to be a co-worker with God and not to demand of God to be a co-worker with you. It's always better to submit your plans to Him and His plans for you, instead of demanding of Him to now come and fall in place with whatever plan you and I would like to see through or to live. It's fundamental to understand that we are co-workers with Him, instead of demanding of Him to be a co-worker with us. The first one is better, to be a co-worker with Him. The dreams that He dreams for you, for your life, is much more magnificent than the dreams that you can dream for your life. Because He knows you, and He has created you for a certain destiny, a certain purpose. And to fulfill that purpose, He has built within you all the potential that you need to fulfill that destiny, to live in that purpose. And this is the destiny, that we would fulfill the plan of God, who always accomplishes every purpose and plan in His heart. So that is the destiny. So God has got these amazing, beautiful plans and purposes for you and me. And He wants us to live in that, because He knows, and truly, this is a fundamental truth. He knows that if you and I live His plans, it is the greatest life that we can live. There is no greater life that you and I can conjure or think up that can match this plan and these purposes that He has for you and I. So what Paul is saying here is so grand, that we can live in these purposes because God has claimed us to be His inheritance, to belong to Him forever, to be His through Jesus Christ, so that we can truly be called children of the living God.